How do you spend your time? Leadership job designs must change if you want your lean initiative to survive. The time matrix shown on this slide is the example of a simple tool that can be used to gauge where your leaders currently are in terms of daily time expenditure. This matrix can also be used to paint a better picture of what you would like the jobs of your leaders to look like. In this example, you should be able to see how project time shifts from a total of 30% to a total of 70% as the shift to a high-performing workplace is made. This type of change is typical, possible, and necessary if you want your lean initiative to have a long life. Similarly, you should expect your leaders to spend more time working with others as compared to working alone as the transition to a lean thinking workplace is made. One way you can make this happen is by expecting leaders to lead more team improvement efforts, such as projects, and giving them the tools and support to do so. Keep the time hump we looked at earlier in mind as you attempt to make this type of time shift. Try to specifically define the tasks that must be given up in order to make time for new tasks. Recognize that improvement will not happen overnight, that's why we have the time hump, and that it will occur if you make system changes that actually keep process problems from coming back. If you regularly trend process performance, use error and defect databases and Pareto charts to identify high priority change areas, find the true root causes of your problems, and implement sound corrective actions to address those root causes, you will make it over the time hump. If you fail to do even one of those things, however, your Lean Improvement Initiative is destined to have a short life and to join the Program of the Month Hall of Shame. The choice is yours. Finding time for improvement. Convert weekly error and defect waste into time for process improvement and learning. Because few of us actually measure how we spend our own time, we can easily be lulled into thinking that because we're busy, we must be effective as well. This, however, is usually not the case. To heighten our awareness of the magnitude of this problem, we need to take a much closer look at how we use this limited and valuable resource each week. The analysis you do in this area does not have to be stopwatch driven. Rough estimates are usually enough to shock you. It's similar to when people track their personal expenses for a month. They do a formal budget for the first time. Many of them won't continue to track their expenses after the trial month, but they will spend their money differently. The feedback from one month-long experiment was enough to change the behavior. How significant is your time waste? What processes contain the most non-value-added time? Begin by completing a table similar to the one shown above. Simply estimate how many hours a week you spend in meetings, processing email and texts, reviewing and completing paperwork, either in hand or online, working to resolve personnel issues, and developing projects. So look at 5 different time percentages over the course of a week. Once you've estimated your current weekly time use in each of these areas, try to define the percentage of each investment that is truly value added, the percentage that would really matter to your customers. In other words, if you stop spending as much time in this area as you currently are, would your customers notice the difference? You can then use these value-added time percentages to project the weekly wasted time amounts that exist. If your current waste levels are high, don't feel too bad. You have just identified some prime areas where time exists to fuel your pursuit of process excellence. Most people can find at least 4 to 8 hours a week of time that is currently being wasted. If this small amount of time is freed up and reinvested effectively in process improvement activities, you can eventually work yourself out of the reactive firefighting world and into the world of proactive process improvement. I've made this change myself. I've helped multiple others make this change, so I know it's possible.